Hello, welcome again to Marriage Clinic 101. We're excited for another episode.
Yes.
And we're excited to walk this journey with you of marriage. We are people that love marriage.
Amen.
We are people that honor marriage.
True.
Because God is the creator of marriage. So we just want to share our part, our journey of what we went through together in marriage.
I want to welcome you, our viewers. We are so privileged to have people like you who support us, who take time to just watch these programs. Thank you so much. And not to forget to subscribe on our channel and support us by doing that. Thank you so much for your loyalty and support over the times that we've been on this channel. And today we want to continue from our previous episode, which we were talking about growing together in marriage, talking about the issue of respect. Because we spoke on part 1 of this program about communication, which we did part 2 of it. This will be like your part 3, but now we're talking about respect and honor. Those, I believe, also are pillars in a marriage, because most of the time we get into fighting, and when we're fighting, it becomes nasty. People lose respect to one another. The way we speak to one another, there is no honor, there is no respect. This one is shouting, going that way. Somebody stops the car on the freeway, highway, and commands the other one to get out of the car. It's so amazing how when people fight, it just becomes so ugly, and you forget that this is your spouse, this is your partner.
You forget that you are playing for the same team, and they are greater things together.
Right.
You know, with the issues of respect, sometimes it's the way we grew up. You know, we grew up in a family where there's no respect, or where your father did not respect your mother, and you take that and you bring it into your marriage. And once you're in marriage, once there is no respect for one another, you find you cannot build anything.
True,
You're continually tearing each
other
other apart.
Right.
And the more you tear each other apart, then you start to drift apart. You know, I remember when our first days of marriage, it was tough. Because
it was bad.
It was bad. Because the respect was something that we didn't have, but we had to learn.
We
learned how to respect.
We
Last time we talked about communication. There are times where we speak and you say, "Sweet, I don't like the way you talk to me."
Right.
You understand? And you also say, "I don't like the way you behave," or "I don't like," because sometimes as partners we speak anyhow.
True.
And we think, no, it's the other partner who will be fine and move along. But words, one thing with words go deep.
Yeah.
Words are something that you cannot erase from
When they are
you.
spoken.
When they are spoken. So when you speak to your spouse, when they
honorable.
speak honorable. Even when your other partner makes a mistake.
Right.
Remember we talked about that. No one is perfect.
True.
When you speak to your other partner,
you are not perfect. I know some of you are watching here. You're saying, if I wish my wife can hear this, I wish my husband. You're trying to record this so that your spouse can hear this.
Yes.
The change starts with you.
Yes, change starts with you. You cannot.
If you want change in your marriage, it must start with me.
It's true.
It must start with you.
So you cannot. One thing that I've realized, you cannot change the other person.
No, you are.
God
you
is the
can't.
one that can change
You
the
can't.
other.
You can't.
I think I learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
And they said that I cannot change him. God is the only one that can change him.
Right.
And I saw that the time that I changed, God was able to change his heart.
True.
Especially as Christian women. In 1 Peter 3, it talks about that our husbands are not won by words. Women know how to speak words. And the words sometimes that they speak, they are terrible. They can tear a person apart. But I learned that in me speaking negatively out of respect, I am not winning him.
True.
I am driving him away, because I realized the more I spoke, the more he drifted. He went away. They'll find they find
it's scary
comfort.
To go home.
Yes.
It's scary to go home. Where you're not going to be received, where you're not going to be spoken to. So I'd rather come knowing that now it's sleep time, now I can go home. And then you can go knowing that it's sleeping. And they won't be. Sometimes you want peace.
Yeah.
I don't think many husbands don't necessarily want to go home. they feel their wife does not respect them.
Yes.
And sometimes the challenges that I've seen, okay, before I go to what I want to say, as Africans, I've seen that culture has a lot to play about how we respect our women. Women are supposed to be cooking somewhere. They are not supposed to be head. They are supposed to be cooking and doing all the chores. And it can affect your marriage when you have that mentality about your wife. Remember, you're building a family here. Together. So your respect towards your woman is very important.
And when you're talking about rebuilding the marriage together, you've got children that are watching.
True.
Because
how you speak to your wife
Yes.
in front of your children. There's the same way that they're going to treat their wives.
As they grow.
As they grow.
Remember, children don't do what we
say.
They do
What
what
we
they
do.
see you
Right.
do. So you find that many ills in our society is because our children are watching the mother shouting at the father, or the
Right.
father shouting at the mother, and the chaos in the house, and they carry that into the society and start living like the way it's modeled in
family-
the house.
Most, you can talk to teachers now, and they will share with you the problems that they have in classrooms. How kids lack respect for
Yeah,
their teachers.
For their teachers.
That thing is just doesn't happen. It starts from home. It starts of how we treat one another.
Yeah.
If me as a father know how to respect my wife, treat my wife, my kids will learn how to respect other people, will learn how to respond to other people. The way we speak to one another, no matter how angry I am, I'll never shout at my wife.
Yes.
And I'm this kind of person. When I'm angry, I'll take a break. I'll take a break. Say, no, can we not talk about this till I'm fine?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to release words that have no respect, or when you're speaking to one another, you do it out of honor.
Yes.
Then you are destroying each other. And remember, when words are released, you can't take them
You
back.
can't take them back. They say words are like feathers.
Yeah.
Once you remove them from the bag, they just fly
Taken
away.
by wind.
But you cannot bring them,
Bring them
back
back,
again.
yeah.
So it's important how we speak to one another. We've got children. We chose to deal with our issues privately.
True.
Because once you're in public, I don't know what happens. When you're in public, there's this hype that happens within you. So we told ourselves, once we're angry and we know that this issue it's very intense.
Intense, yeah.
We decide to pull ourselves aside, calm
Give
down.
ourselves time.
Give ourselves
Say,
time.
can we talk about this? Maybe we put time, says, can we talk about this? And then we continue with what we're doing. We don't hold grudges like, no, I'm still angry with that, and you can't be doing that, and my wife now is angry, doesn't want to cook, doesn't want to sleep with me, doesn't. And many a times we find that because we lack respect, the wife also takes advantage. She refuses with sex. And what do? You start also trying to get her, and now we are fighting using what I have that you want. The husband doesn't want to give you the money. And there's all this thing, but the one thing that lacked there was respect.
It's respect.
I know there are people that are watching now. Let me speak to you. There are people who are watching now. You are going through exact thing that we are talking about. And you know your relationship is on rocks. Things are not going well. And you're saying, but these are our same problems that we are going through. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Be the wrong one. Go and ask for forgiveness.
Yes.
Baby, I'm sorry. Can we talk? Bring somebody that you trust that can take you through the process and counsel you. Try it together. If you feel the other party is not truthful, bring somebody else who can sit with you and take you through the healing process.
Yeah.
It is important to go through this healing process because once you are disrespected, your
esteem.
your esteem is damaged.
esteem
Because
is
somebody is always talking you down. Somebody is always crushing you with the words. Somebody is always spewing poison in your system, and you need somebody who can sit you down and take you through the process of healing.
With words, respect, it kills somebody's esteem. Because once you as you tell me as your wife that I'm stupid.
You're useless.
Because you are my covering. My husband is my covering.
Right.
Once my covering tells me I am stupid, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, and he bashes me with words, then it takes away the esteem out of me.
True.
So it's important. We are there to boost each other's
Build one another.
Build one another. As I talked about, First Peter 3 talks about, husbands are not won by words, but our conduct should be godly.
Right.
Understand the way we do things should be godly, should express God.
I think it's in the same scripture that speaks to husband. that husband, how we treat our wives, can hinder our prayers.
It does.
And that scripture, many people, many husbands overlook it, but it's important, which means God is concerned with how we treat one another in our marriage, how we speak to one another.
Yeah.
Is it respectful? Is it with honor? All those things. As a wife, how do you speak to your husband? Maybe your husband is not working. You are the one that's bringing money. It doesn't mean now that you can speak anyhow to your husband. He is still the husband that you must respect, that you must honor. This is what I do to people once you get married. If you don't honor that guy, don't marry him.
Don't marry him.
If you don't respect him, don't waste his time. Don't marry him. Why? You are wasting his time. You must marry a husband that you will honor, respect. And that's the right way. You can't be, as a wife, marry somebody that you just speak anyhow. Or as also contrary as a husband.
No, I'm just thinking here how when there's no lack of respect, how it destroys me from the inside.
True.
It destroys. You can take somebody who's highly educated and you marry them, you put them in the house, but the way you treat them, it can destroy them, or it can actually build them up. I always say that we are all imperfect. God put us in this world with all our imperfections.
Marriage is not for perfect people.
Yeah, marriage is not for perfect people.
If you want perfection, just serve the Lord with intercession and prayer. Join our intercessions team. Serve someone. Don't go into marriage. It's not meant for you.
Yes.
Because marriage is a place of humility. It's a place of being humble, learning from one another.
Marriage is a place of saying, I am sorry.
Right.
If you can't say, I am sorry,
you are not good for marriage.
You're not good for marriage.
You are a wrong candidate for marriage. Yes, even if you're a pastor.
Yes, it's true.
You listen, sometimes we have this notion as pastors that I don't need counsel. You want to be you did wrong. You also want to cancel.
Yeah.
You are you giving him medication. You are the doctor. You are prescribing for yourself. You simply need to trust other men.
Yes.
That can come in. We got our spiritual parents. That what we are. If we ever have a problem,
we are free to
go speak to them. Our challenges, whether it might be financially, whether it might be spiritually, whatever obstacles we face as my wife, we are free to them. We have allowed them to speak over our lives so that we can also be strong and be healthy. Sometimes it's very problematic to not have somebody to speak to as a couple.
It's true. A couple needs somebody that speaks continually over them, somebody that has gone through the challenges that they've gone through, somebody that's going to speak to them and share with them how they've overcome the challenges. So it's important that you must have somebody who's over.
Also, the person that you respect.
Yes.
Because respect is key when you're building. So, husbands, you cannot only expect your wife to respect you. You seed what you want. You seed it. If your wife does not respect you, it's that be the one sow that seed of respect.
They say,
sow that seed of respect.
They say, honor is given.
Right.
You give honor.
Right.
You don't expect to receive honor.
No, you give it.
So you must be able to give honor, give respect. If you want to, it's like a seed.
Right.
You seed respect.
Right.
Then you receive respect. So as a couple, if you respect one another, then you find that there is peace within your home and peace in everything that you do. So let respect be the key. Let honor one another be the key.
The other respect that, in this context of what we're talking about, don't go around sharing your problems with everyone. You are not showing respect to your spouse. Learn that when we have problems, learn how to address them. Honorable, sit down, speak to your wife. Baby, this 1, 2, 3, I'm not happy. With honor, with respect. Talk to them. That shows that you're respecting them. Yes. And we need help. It's just like when there's a sickness in the house. You say, listen, I'm not feeling well. We need to go to the doctor. When we lack something, let's talk. Don't talk shouting and vulgar language. They are kids and spewing poison. Kids are hearing you on the other room when you're doing that to your wife. You might think they are sleeping, but they are hearing you. And all these ills that we have in our communities, some of the things, we've bred them in our kids. I love you. Building marriage. Marriage Clinic 101 is here to help you, is here to work with you in your marriage. We don't necessarily believe in divorce.
Yeah.
But under many circumstances, the divorce rate is increasing in church. And we have taken it upon ourselves to share our stories so that we can relate that our God is a healing God. He can transform marriages like me and her.
Yeah.
If He's done it for us, He can do it for you. Hold on, 23 years we've been working together. And God has blessed us faithfully so. And we want you to be blessed by this clinic. Marriage Clinic 101. Sweetie.
Yes. Respect one another. Honor one another. Love one another. Remember, the person that you are married to is not perfect. So
Hallelujah.
God, He will never put perfect people together.
Right.
He takes imperfect people, broken people, and He makes them beautiful. So in that brokenness, there is no D word in marriage.
Right.
You must tell yourself, we will overcome this because Christ has already overcome for you. So take heart, push
Thank
through. God has made a way for you. So at this time, we say,
Yes.
stay blessed, fight for your marriage, and God bless you.
From your
Shalom.
host, Grace.
And Evans. Yeah, there, somewhere there.
We love you.
We love you.
Thank you for supporting us. Peace. Shalom.
Shalom.